Hi everybody, it's Mark Shellshear. This is the Mark Art Show coming to you from Galleria de las Islas in Metro Manila, Philippines. And this week we've been talking about embracing the growth mindset. And really we've been hitting hard at home about consistency, about the need for consistency in our work practices as an artist. And we've talked about the consistency at work, that when we're at work, make sure we put the time in, that we don't get to work and just waste the hours and waste that time, but to use it to our advantage, to make sure that we are consistent in what we're doing. I've talked about putting aside 20 minutes or 30 minutes every day so we can study and develop better techniques and learn better things. Begin to educate ourselves, especially in sales and marketing and things like that, where we're not trained, where we never had any training, unless you've been fortunate enough, excuse me, to have had that in a former life. And then we talked also about, becoming a better person, that self-improvement, be consistent on working on self-improvement, of becoming better, of learning to smile, to have a pleasing personality, to be the person who can also get up and speak in front of a crowd. Very important that we learn these things and be consistent in that learning, that we just do it, we stick to it, we decide to do it and we stick to it and make it happen. And then we talked about, social media. We talked about the need for consistency in social media, that we need to be there every day or 2 times a week or 3 times a week or whenever we choose. That the kind of erratic, spasmodic posting is not good for your business. You need to approach social media as a business platform and then work out a strategy so you can be on it at the times you need to be on it, so that people can expect you. Of course, not everybody's going to like what you do. That just happens to be life. So you're going to work through all those things, but get your work out there, put it out there and improve. You see, one of the things that we learn is that the more times you do it, the consistency of doing it, the repetition of doing it, you get better and better at doing it. And same with everything, be it drawing, be it painting, be it sculpture, be it making videos, be it writing books. The more you do it, the more consistent you are at doing it, the better the results will be. Now, finally, the last thing, the miracle of all of this is in the work. If we do the work, then the miracle comes. Now, being a great talented artist and having wonderful talent is good, but there's many starving artists who are incredibly talented. The ones who make it are the ones who really set down and decide that they're going to passionately work at their craft. And they do it every day. Now, whether you work full-time as an artist, which is 5 days a week, or you have another job to support yourself and then you work nights as an artist, putting in 2 or 3 hours a night, or your weekends and spare time that you have to paint. All of us need to make sure we get the best out of the time we put into it. Now, success will come, but it takes time. We need to be consistent. Even when I don't know if you read the Bible, but if you read the Bible, it's very clear that it took God 6 days to make the earth and the heavens. Now, whether you believe that or not, it's not important. The fact is that we see here that we have a godlike figure who takes a certain time to do something. So there's patience in work. When we work, we do have to be patient, and at the end of the 6 days, the miracle was performed. It wasn't performed by turning up on the 6th day. It was performed by turning up every day and working. And then it says on the 7th day, God rested. So God got tired. So it just shows you that we can all get tired. So the key is in the work. The key is the success is bound within the work we do, and the miracle comes out of that work. Okay, so for us, for many of us who are later in life, who are starting out as artists, you're playing catch up. You really are sometimes playing catch up. And you might say, well, Mark, you say it takes 5 to 10 years to be successful. Yes, as an average, that's what it would be. So how do I get successful quicker? Well, you have to compress the time. You have to get time and compress it. So when every other artist is working 5 days, you work 6 or 7. And within a year, you've worked an extra 100+ days than they have. You see, you compress time, so you've worked more than a year plus 100 days in 1 year. So you're playing catch up, you're rushing, you're beating them because you're adding time. I remember listening to a talk by Elon Musk, and he talked about that, that how they work 7 days a week for like 3 years or something, and in doing that, they got past everybody else because they caught everybody else, and because they put more work into it, they passed everybody else. And that's what we have to do. If we really want to be successful as an artist, we must compress time. Now, for a lot of people out there, I know work is not a good word. We prefer rest. Rest is the better word. But you know, people say to me, I need to take a rest. And I always return and say, no, you need to earn a rest. You earn it by working 6 days, and then you take your rest. You earned it, now you can have it. But you know, and in this day and age, 5 days is what most people work in the West. Okay, so 5 days, and then you earn your 2 days rest. But if you want to compress time, work longer, do more. Start an hour earlier, finish an hour later. You just picked up 2 hours in 1 day. Work an extra day. Work an extra 2 days in a week. You just picked up 2 days. You're ahead. You're ahead. And that's, honestly, that's how I have approached all that I've done in the last few years, especially with videos and so forth. It would have been so easy, friends, to say I'm going to make 1 or 2 videos a week. And I know what would have happened. I would have faltered, and I would have, you know, oh, well, I'll miss today and do it tomorrow. Because I know what human nature's like. I know so many artists who I've talked to about doing videos, and they've said, yes, Mark, I'm going to do a video. And they start doing a video once a week, and then within 6 weeks, there's no more videos. Because it's hard. It's not easy. So I made the position that I was going to do it 6 days a week. I used to do it 7, but now I do it 6 days a week, and therefore I would get ahead of the pack. I would catch up, I would make time, I would compress years into a month. Doing things like that, compressing it, pushing it, doing more than expected, and out of that will come the miracle. So guys, be consistent in your work. Be consistent in what you're doing. Make the decision to do it, and then don't stop doing it. Make the decision to work that extra hour and work that extra hour. Make the decision to do more and do more. It will benefit you so much in the long term. It will put you so far ahead of the average. You know, we talk about winners and losers, and unfortunately in this business there's winners and losers. Think about a horse race. A horse race, they race all over the world. A horse race can be won by a nose, and we have a winner and a horse that's forgotten. By a nose, that much. And we have the winner, we always remember, and we forget the one that comes second. The winner worked that little bit harder. It didn't have to be a lot harder, but it was hard enough to get a nose. And we remember them. And in our business, every advantage that you can make for you in your life, you should make. Make advantages. Take advantages. Be the best. Be the strongest. Work the longest. See work as a miracle, as a privilege, as an advantage, and you will go forward, my friends. Be consistent in what you're doing. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to talk to you again on Monday. You guys have a fabulous weekend. I look forward to the day when I come to your studio and talk to you about your art practice. And remember, there's people out there who are hurting. Reach out, touch them. Hugs and smiles are free. Hey, this is the art business. And sometimes you got to work harder than the person beside you to become the best. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Ciao.